So eyes are the important sense organs, one of the important sense organs. God has provided us with the two beautiful eyes. So it is important to study the structure and function of these various parts of eyes. So the important part of eyes, as you know, the external part, when you see the eyes, there is a white color layer. So that white color layer, it is typically tough because it prevents external agents, or it prevents the internal structure of the eyes because it is tough. The external layer of the eye, that is the layer of the eyes through which most of the reflection or the refraction takes place. The first part of the eyes. To study the structure of the eyes, we study the important parts given in your textbook. There are various important parts are there. Out of those parts, only few parts are given in your textbook. So, the first layer of the eyes, the transparent layer of the eyes is called as cornea. So, this layer, as you can see here, this is called the cornea. It is the transparent layer, transparent bulge of the eyes is called as cornea. Here the external, it is given conjunctiva. It is not there for you. In your textbook, the first part they have started from this cornea. That is the first layer of the eyes through which most of the refraction of light takes place, cornea. So behind cornea, there is a dark muscular structure. Behind cornea, after cornea, there is a dark muscular structure, this one. This is called as iris. Iris is the dark muscular structure present after cornea. Behind cornea, a dark muscular structure is present, that is called as iris. This iris, in the middle of the iris, you can see a small opening. So this small opening is called as pupil. There is a small opening at the middle of the iris which is called as pupil. So iris, the distinctive color of the eyes is mainly because of the iris. Iris gives color to the eye. For example, if you say a person has greenish eye, which means it is the color that is responsible, that is due to the iris. It is the color of the iris. So at the middle there is a small opening that is called as pupil. So this iris, it controls the amount of the light entering into the eyes. By controlling size of the pupil, it controls amount of the light entering into the eyes, because sometimes less light is enough and sometimes we need more light to identify the object. Especially at night, we need more light to identify the object. So the size of the pupil is controlled by the iris, by which it controls the amount of the light entering into the eyes. So the function of iris given in your textbook. First thing, the color of the eyes is mainly due to this iris, and the second one, it controls the amount of the light entering into the eyes. Usually, amount of the light entering into the eyes is controlled by the pupil. The size of the pupil is controlled by iris. The size of this pupil, the size increases as well as decreases. It is an opening. It is controlled by the iris. So, we can say that iris controls the amount of the light entering into the eyes. Iris, it controls amount of the light entering into the eyes. Controls the amount of light entering into the eyes, and also the color, it gives a particular color to the eyes, that is because of the iris. Behind this pupil, we can see there is a lens. You can see a structure here. We can see a lens. So which type of lens is this? This lens, which is thicker at the middle, lens which is thicker at the middle portion. So this type of lens we call as convex lens. A lens which is thicker, which is bulged at the middle. This type of lens we call as convex lens. So behind the pupil there is a lens. But usually when we say lens, lens is made up of glass. Lens is prepared by glass, a transparent material like a glass we are using. But the lens which is present inside our eyes, lens which is there inside the eyes, it is not made by glass. It is the natural lens which we have. There are two lenses. For one eye, one lens, another eye, another lens. So two eyes, two lenses. One eye has only one lens. It is the natural lens which is provided, which we have in our eye. That is the convex lens. It is not made by glass. It is made by some jelly-like substance. This made by jelly-like substances. So this lens, what is the function of the lens? Behind the pupil there is a lens. What is the function of lens? Lens focuses the light. It focuses the light. It focuses the light at the back of this lens. Focuses the light at the back of this eye. There is a layer. That layer is called retina. So focus the light on retina. What is the function of the lens? Lens focus the light on retina. Because of this lens, image is formed on retina. Here we can see retina. So this yellow colored portion, that is called retina. Lens focuses the light on retina. It forms image on retina. So this retina has number of nerves. You can see here smaller like lines, they are the nerves. Retina has number of nerves. These sensation felt by these cells, nerves are sent to the brain through these nerves. They are called as optic nerves. What is the function of optic nerves? Optic nerves send the sensation felt by the nerve cells to the brain. You can say that they send the sensations felt by nerve cells to brain. So these sensations are sent to the brain through these optic nerves, So finally, brain interprets these signals. They converted and brain interprets, brain identifies. So what is that object? And suddenly it sends the signal so that we can identify the object. In this way, we can identify the object. So here the first transparent layer, that is the cornea, which is a bit tough because it protects interior structure of the eyes. Because of that, to protect internal structure of the eyes, this cornea is a bit tough. So behind cornea, there is a muscular structure which is called as iris. It gives a particular color to the eye. The color of the eye is mainly depend on this iris. At the middle, we can see a small opening here, that is called as pupil. It is called pupil. Iris also controls the amount of light entering into the eyes. Behind pupil, there is a lens. It is a convex lens. It is made by gel-type material, a jelly-like material. So this convex lens, in your textbook, in the structure of the eyes, there one part is given ciliary muscles. Ciliary muscles, you can see here ciliary muscles. These are the ciliary muscles. So that function of ciliary muscle is not given in the textbook. So what is the function of these ciliary muscles? Mainly ciliary muscles. Here there is a lens, that is the convex lens, which is the natural lens present inside our eyes. So using this ciliary muscles, or due to this ciliary muscles contract and expand. Ciliary muscles expand and contract. Because of that, the size of this lens can be changed. Sometimes these lenses become thicker, in the sense they expand, and sometimes it contracts. So why the lens has to expand as well as contract? Usually the lens, artificial lens which we are using in our day-to-day life, we cannot change their surface. We cannot make them bigger or we cannot make them smaller. But here the lens which we have, the eye, which is provided with the two lenses. Two eyes have two lenses. So these size of the lens can be increased as well as decreased. Why the size of the lens, or why it should be increased? Why the lens has to expand? So lens should be expanded. For example, if you want to see the nearer object, if the eye has to focus on nearer object, then lens has to expand. Its focal length has to decrease. So lens has to expand. If the eye has to see a object which is present at the farer distance, then the lens has to contract. So the focal length increases. So for that reason, our eye has to focus on nearer object as well as farer object. We have to see. To see or to focus the farer object, to identify farer object as well as to identify nearer object, this curvature of the eye lens has to increase as well as to decrease. So this can be done. This is possible only because of these ciliary muscles. So ciliary muscles, just for the information, I am saying this, it is not given in your textbook, the function of ciliary muscles. Ciliary muscles, using that ciliary muscles expand the eye lens as well as contract. Because of that, we can focus farer object as well as nearer object. That is the function of ciliary muscles. So there is eye lens. The main function of the eye lens, it focuses the light rays which comes from any object and it forms image on a layer at the back of the eye, that is called retina. This retina has numerous nerve cells. Nerve cells are present in this retina. So sensation felt by these nerve cells should be sent to the brain. So that is done by these optic nerves. Optic nerves send the sensation felt by the nerve cells to the brain. So finally, eye lens, it focuses the object on the retina. Retina has numerous nerve cells. The sensation felt by these nerve cells are sent to the brain through the optic nerves. Through optic nerves, these sensations are sent to the brain. Actually, here light signals are converted into electrical signals, and finally brain interprets the object. Oh, actually, what is that object? That message is final message is given by the brain. In this way, our eye works. This optic nerves, as I said, there are number of nerve cells are present. There are mainly two kinds of cells. They are called as rods and cones. Two kinds of cells are rods and cones. These nerve cells, optic nerves has numerous nerve cells. Two types of cells, mainly rods and cones. These cones and rods, they are in that cones are sensitive for the bright light. They identify the light. So the signals are sent to the brain, and finally we interpret we identify the object. In this way our eye works. So cornea, it is the external, it is the transparent outer layer of the eye, that is cornea. Iris, it gives a particular color for the eyes, as well as size of the pupil is controlled by this iris, and also the amount of, by controlling size of the pupil, it controls the amount of the light entering into the eyes. Behind pupil there is lens. This lens is made by a gel type material. This lens can be contracted as well as expanded to see nearby object as well as to see farther object. These lens focuses the light on at the back of the eye. There is a layer called retina. On retina, the light gets focused and image is formed on retina. So retina contains many nerve cells. Sensation felt by these nerve cells are sent to the brain by optic nerves. At the junction between these optic nerves, and retina, there is a spot. We call it as blind spot because there are no nerve cells or there are no sensory nerves are present in this region. Blind spot. No sensory nerves are present. No sensory nerves are present at this junction. At the junction between optic nerve and the retina, this yellow color part, there is a spot which is called as blind spot. There are no sensory nerves, hence no vision is possible. If the light gets focused at this region, eye cannot identify the object. Image is not formed. So this spot is called as a blind spot. That is called as a blind spot. So as I said, image is formed on a retina. So this image, it does not vanish immediately. The image which is formed on retina, it does not vanish immediately. It remains there for a time of 1/16th of a second. The image formed on the retina remains, it persists there for a time of 1/16th of a second. Suppose if the still picture of if the still image of a moving picture is focused, it is made to focus on the eye at the rate faster than 16 seconds. So we feel this image as the moving object. So using our eye or with our eye we can identify or we can see the object. So God has provided these eyes with the eyelids. Eyelids are also present. So what is the function of these eyelids? Mainly eyelids prevent external things like dust particles or some other external things entering into the eye. So it protects our eyes by preventing external things, external particle like dust particles entering into our eyes. Hence it protect our eyes, and also it shut out the light when it is not required. So that is the function of eyelids. So eyes are the sensory organs. Eyes are the sense organs, one of the beautiful, very important sense organs. Using our eyes, as I said, we can see farther object or we can see nearer object. We can focus object which is kept at a faraway distance, and also we can see object which is nearby to us. Nearer object also we can identify. But this nearer distance, minimum distance at which we can focus the object, it varies, it changes from person to person. As the age increases, this distance decreases. The minimum distance at which one can read, the minimum distance at which one can read with the normal eyes, that is, that distance is 25 centimeter. 25 centimeter. That is the minimum distance. Minimum distance at which one can read with the normal eye. That is 25 centimeter. So always it is suggested, don't keep your book while reading too close to our eyes or it is far away from the eyes. There should be a distance. What distance? This distance should be 25 centimeter. Normal distance of reading. The distance between your eyes and that book should be 25 centimeter for the normal eyes. A person with normal eye, this distance is 25 centimeter. This is called least distance of distinct vision. So, sometimes some people can identify nearer object clearly. They can identify nearer object comfortably. They can see nearer object comfortably, but sometimes they cannot see farer object. They fail to identify farer object. This is a defect. Some people, they can identify farer object clearly, but it is difficult for them to identify the nearer object. This is also a defect. So these are the defects of eyes. People who can identify nearer object but cannot identify farer object. This defect is called as nearsightedness or short-sightedness. Short sight, near sight, or it is also called the myopia. That is not given in your textbook. It is a defect. Why it is a defect? Because they cannot identify farer object. They cannot see comfortably object which is at a farer distance. So it is a defect. This can be corrected by using an appropriate lens, by using specs or spectacles with the appropriate lens. This defect can be corrected. And also some people, they can identify farer object more comfortably. They can see farer object clearly, but they find it difficult to see the nearer object, to identify the nearer object. This is also a defect. This is called as hypermetropia, or it is also called as long-sightedness. Long-sightedness. This is a defect. This is a problem of eye. So this also can be corrected by using specs of appropriate lenses. About these defects of eyes, you will study in detail again in the 10th standard. That is myopia as well as hypermetropia. Defects of eyes. Person can identify nearer object clearly but cannot identify farer object clearly. Comfortably they cannot see. Some people, they can see the farer objects clearly, but they find difficult to identify the nearer object. This is also a defect. So it can be corrected by using specs which contain suitable lenses. Usually after our age, as for aged people, as our age increases, most of the aged people, they find the things, for them, things becomes foggy. The things becomes foggy, like cloudy. The vision is not proper. So this defect. This is because of eye lens become cloudy eye lens. As our age increases, aged people, they identify the things. They find it difficult to identify the things because things looks like it is foggy, it is like cloudy, because eye lens, due to the eye lens becomes cloudy. So this type of condition is called as cataract. Cataract. Cataract is a defect which arises in most of the aged people. They find difficult to identify the things due to eye lens. Their eye lens becomes cloudy. So the things or the objects cannot be focused properly. This defect or this condition is called as cataract. In severe case, this cataract leads to loss of vision. But this defect can be corrected using by a cataract surgery. Defect can be corrected by removing this lens. This is a defect of the eye lens. So by replacing this lens with artificial lens, this defect can be corrected. So defects of the eye, problem of the eyes, that is for aged people, that is cataract. Mainly problems, some people can see nearer object, they find difficult to see the farer object. It is one of the defect. Some people, they can see clearly farer object, but they find it difficult to see the nearer object clearly. This is second defect. And third one is cataract. It arises, it is mainly for the aged people. The eye lens, this is the defect of the eye lens. Eye lens becomes cloudy, so objects cannot be focused. This defect, this problem is called as cataract. It can be corrected by cataract surgery by replacing our eye lens with the artificial eye lens. This defect can be corrected. So these are the defect of the eyes. So God has provided us with the two eyes, very important sense organs. At the same time, we have to take care of our eyes. We have to take care. We have to take some of the precautions to by taking care of our eyes. What are the precautions we have to take care of our eyes, or to make this, or for the healthy, for the so eyes are the most important sense organs. We have to take care of our eyes. So how to take care of eyes? For example, if we have any eye problem, we have to consult eye specialist. If they suggest to use spectacles, so we have to use spectacles. If advised, use suitable spectacles or the specs by the advice of the eye specialist. Do not see the too little light or too much light is bad for your eyes. If the light is too less, too little light, it may causes headache as well as eye strain. Too much of light, like that of sunlight or the torch light or the laser light, they damage retina. So too little or too much light is bad for eyes. Too little or too much, very less. So it is advised, don't read books with less light or more light. There should be light which is advised, which is suitable for reading. Third one, do not look at the sunlight directly. We should not look at the sun directly because it is most powerful. Sun rays are most powerful. So they may damage our eyes. They may damage retina. So do not look at the sun or other bright sources of light directly. Never rub your eyes. So when usually we rub our eyes, if some dust particles or something enter our eyes, usually we rub our eyes. But we should not rub our eyes. Instead of that, what we have to do? We have to wash our eyes with clean water. If there is no improvement, you have to go to a doctor. By washing our eyes with clean water, the dust particle comes out. Again, after doing that, if there is no improvement in the eyes, we have to consult the eye specialist or the eye doctor. Always read at the normal distance for vision. What is this normal distance for vision? Normal distance for vision. It is how much? It is 25 centimeter. Always read at the normal distance for vision. You should not keep the books too near to your eyes, as well as you should not keep the book far away from the eyes. There should be a normal distance, and this distance is 25 centimeter. Always read at the normal distance for vision. So these are some of the precautions we have to take care of our eyes. So what are the precautions? How we can take care of our eyes? If we have any eye problem, if we have to go to the eye specialist, if they suggest to use spectacle, we have to use the spectacles. Use spectacle if it is advised. Too little light or too much light is bad for your eyes. Too little light causes headache as well as eye strain. Too much light damages retina. Do not look at the sun or some other bright sources directly. Never rub your eyes. Instead, wash your eyes with clean water. And also, always read at normal distance for vision. So these are some of the tips we have to remember to take care of our eyes. In addition to this, our food should contain some of the nutrients which should be good, which is very necessary, which are important for the healthy, for the health, these for the eyesight, for the care of the eyesight. Our food also should contain some of the main nutrients. In that, mainly vitamin A. Due to the deficiency of vitamin A, many eye problem occurs. So in that, the main important defect due to the deficiency of vitamin A, it causes night blindness. Night blindness. This is mainly due to the deficiency of vitamin A. Deficiency of vitamin A. Deficiency of vitamin A causes night blindness. So, our food should contain vitamin A. We have to take food which should be rich in vitamin A. So, which are the food items? They are rich in vitamin A. The food items which are rich in vitamin A are raw carrot, broccoli, green vegetables like spinach, cod liver oil, and also milk, curd, cheese, then egg. These are the some food items which are rich in vitamin A. So they are very important for our eyes. Due to the deficiency of vitamin A, many eye problem occurs. So our food should be rich in vitamin A. Some people, including children, are visually impaired. So what is this visually impaired? Visually impaired in the sense they find difficult to identify the things. It may be due to some diseases, or it may be due to some injury, or since the birth they cannot see, they cannot identify the things. They are called visually impaired. So for these visually impaired people, instead of their eyes, they improve their other sense organs. Other sense organs are more active in these people. They identify the things, they can understand just by touching or by hearing the voice. By hearing the voice, they can identify, they can understand. There are some resources to improve the capacity of these visually impaired people. That one of the resources, that is the Braille system. Braille system is most important resource for the visually impaired people or for visually impaired person. That is the Braille system. Braille. In this Braille, there are Braille codes. Braille codes are there. So Braille codes for common language, it is there for common language, it is there for mathematics as well as for the scientific notation. There are Braille codes. So these can be understood by touching. By touching they can understand. Visually impaired people, they learn the Braille code just by beginning with the letters, the special characters as well as letter combination. By touching them they can understand. So texts are provided by handwriting or using the machines. By machines also these texts are provided. Nowadays printers are there for the Braille, for the text. Modern technology, printers as well as typewriting machines are provided which contains this Braille language. So this Braille is one of the important resource for the visually impaired people. They can identify the letters, they can identify the mathematics or any scientific notation by touching that. By touching that they can identify. So it is one of the important resource for the visually impaired